That is the hero of this lesson. Now see this young bird, this one is the seagull, you know, that is a bird, seagull. It is white in color. That seagull family has 6 members. Father, mother, young seagull, its 2 brothers and sister. Totally 6 members the family consists of. Here see this map. On seeing this picture you can understand this story. Here this is a mountain. It's a tall mountain. Now say it is a very vertical impression, rock. Here there ledge. Ledge means that is a very sharp, narrow shelf area. That is very sharp. That is a vertical. Here that ledge, on the ledge, a young seagull that was sitting alone. Here brink means edge of the mountain. That is brink. Here this is mother seagull. This remaining members, they were standing on the opposite side of this mountain, this rock. This is plateau. That is one land area. There is 2 brothers and 1 sister. They were standing. This one father bird, seagull. Preening means cleaning its feathers. That is the story. That is on seeing that we can easily understand the story, entire story. Here see this mind map. Here that is given. Afterwards I will explain it. Now story. His first flight means whose first flight? The young seagull bird's first flight. This is a very, very interesting story of a young seagull who was afraid of flying. Here that whole family that was living on the ledge. Here only. Then after hatching, that is the eggs, they came out. That is the young seagull, the 2 brothers and sister. They came outside of the eggs. After that, the remaining birds, 2 brothers and sister, they tried to fly. And also along with these parents, they had flown away from this ledge. But this bird, comparing, that is brothers and sister, it has long feathers also, comparing them. But in his mind, he was afraid of flying. He was afraid to fly. He did not try to fly. But remaining birds, they had flown away along with his parents. So, filled with fear in his mind, he did not try to fly. So, remaining members, that is parents, brothers and sister, encouraged that bird, encouraged this young seagull to fly. First they motivated, encouraged this bird. Afterwards they scolded because it never tried to fly. Afterwards they scolded him, threatened him to let him starve on the ledge. Starve means hungry. Because all the birds they had taken, that is they had picked up fish from the sea. They had eaten here, standing here on the plateau. But it did not try to fly, so it had no food. So it was on ledge. He was hungry, extremely hungry. That bird, young seagull. So that the mother bird, somewhat in his mind, that is, it took pity on that bird. But all the family, the whole family, encouraged this bird to fly. But in his mind, fear, filled with fear. That is, it came, that is, ran towards this ledge, brink of this rock. Afterwards, that is, he looked down. That bird looked down because of height and also sea water. On seeing expanse, before this expanse, vast area, sea water. On seeing that filled with fear, it did not try to fly. So because of its height, the mountains, the rocks height, and also vast expanse of sea water, in his mind it was filled with fear. He did not try to fly. So he did not try to fly. Afterwards, the mother bird finally, that is, it had on a fish, that is pieces of fish on its beak, and tried to give this bird. Because for 24 hours it did not eat anything. And also he was left on the ledge the whole night also. He spent whole night there itself. So that is, it took pity. Mother seagull took pity on this bird. It brought a small piece of fish on its beak and it tried to give this bird. It went near the brink he tried to catch the fish from his mother's beak. Then when it came very close, he tried to catch. Suddenly it fell down because the mother bird moved backward. So the bird, young seagull, fell down. What happened? Already he was afraid to fly because of seeing that height and also vast expanse of sea water. He tried, that is, there is no hope, there is no way also. So it tried to flap his wings, and also now he tried to fly. Now his wings supported him. Afterwards he thought there is no way to escape. So because of that, now itself also fear, but to save his life, it spread his wings, and also now it started to flap his wings and flew happily. On seeing that, his brother's whole family, brothers, father, mother, all of them, they were filled with happy. And also they also flew around this bird, encouraged him. Now what happened to this bird? Young seagull fell down. Now it stretched its wings and flapped it down. And also it flapped and fell down on the sea. Then it came up because now it started to fly. He knew how to fly. That is the first flight. Then whole family supported him, praised him, encouraged him, clapped him, and also made loud cry to encourage this bird. So afterwards, finally, he tried to, that is, know how to fly. That is, he knew his first flight. He tried his attempt to fly. That is the main story. Is it an interesting story? Oh, all the birds are coming to our class. Says to, in order to appreciate that bird, young seagull's first flight, we also encourage that the birds acting. All of you clap your hands. Very nice. Now see this mind map. That is short story. Young seagull alone on ledge was afraid to fly. This is young seagull. Next one, his parents made him starve. Starve means hungry. Starve until he flies, but he didn't fly. Seeing a piece of fish on his mother's mouth, he jumped to catch it. The young seagull succeeded in his first flight. Flight means act of flying. Thus he succeeded in his attempt to fly. That's the main story of this his first flight. You understand? Good morning, students. Welcome to this English online session. Now we are going to learn Unit 1 Prose in 10th standard. His first flight, that was written by Liam O'Flaherty. First of all, we should know about the author. Liam O'Flaherty was born in 1896 and died in 1984. He was an Irish means he belonged to Ireland, Irish novelist and short story writer, and a major figure, that is a popular figure in the Irish literary renaissance. Renaissance means rebirth, that is a revival of classical learning and wisdom. He was a founding member of the Communist Party of Ireland. He a native Irish speaker from the Galstead, there is a place name. O'Flaherty wrote almost exclusively in English, except for a small number of short stories in the Irish language. He spent most of his time in traveling and lived comfortably and quietly outside the spotlight. That means he spent most of his time in traveling only. So he enjoyed, even though that is he was outside his city, that is he spent in traveling, but he lived comfortably and quietly and enjoyed that atmosphere. Do you understand? Let's see now glossary, very important words in this lesson. First one, ledge. Ledge means a narrow flat area like a shelf that sticks out from a building or cliff. Cliff means that's mountain or rock. Next word, shrilly. Shrilly means in a way that is loud, high and unpleasant or painful to listen to. There is a loud voice that is expressing in a high-pitched sound. That is shrilly. Next word, herring. Herring, it is a long silver fish that swims in large groups in the sea. Next word, devour. Devour means to eat something eagerly and in large amounts so that nothing is left. See this video. This rabbit is eating fastly. That is because of hunger, it eats fastly. That is a devour. Next word, cackle. Cackle means a sharp broken noise or cry of a hen, goose or seagull. Here let's enjoy the sound of this seagull bird. Dear students, let's see first passage of this lesson. I am going to read this passage. Listen to me carefully. The young seagull was alone on his ledge. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away the day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Somehow, when he had taken a little run forward to the brink of the ledge and attempted to flap his wings, he became afraid. The great expanse of sea stretched down beneath, and it was such a long way down, miles down. He felt certain that his wings would never support him. So he bent his head and ran away back the little hole under the ledge where he slept at night. Here in this passage, the young seagull that was alone means single on the ledge. Ledge means a narrow shelf that juts out from a vertical surface of a rock. It was standing alone. His two brothers and his sister had already flown away from that place one day before. He had been afraid to fly with them. Filled with fear in his mind, he didn't try to fly. Somehow he had taken a little run. He tried to run forward to the brink of the ledge. That is the edge of the ledge. But attempted to flap his wings. He became afraid. Because of fear, he didn't try to fly. Because of before him, great expanse of sea water stretched down beneath means under the large expanse of sea water. On seeing that water, because of that height, it could not fly. He felt certain, sure, that wings would never support him. He thought in his mind like that. So he bent his head and ran, that is towards the bridge, that is the edge of the ledge. Then afterwards he ran back. And also filled with fear, he slept during that night time at a small hole in the ledge. See next passage. Even when each of his brothers and his little sister, whose wings were far shorter than his own, ran to the brink, flapped their wings and flew away, he failed to muster up. Muster means gather, collect. Up courage to take that plunge which appeared to him so desperate. Desperate means hopeless. His father and mother had come around calling to him shrilly, scolding him, threatening to let him starve on his ledge unless he flew away. But for the life of him, he could not move. So his parents, young seagull, alone on ledge, and also he was afraid to fly. Even his brothers, sister, little sister, they had flown away from that place. His parents also made him starve, hunger, until he flies, but he didn't fly. Other birds, they had flown away from that place, but he didn't try to fly. You understand? His parents had come around calling this bird shrilly in a high-pitched voice, scolded him, threatened to let means allow him starve, that is hunger, on that ledge, but it didn't try to fly. See next passage. That was 24 hours ago. Since then nobody had come near him. The day before, all day long, he had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them in the art of flight, teaching them how to skim the waves and how to dive for fish. Here, 24 hours ago, that is before one day, since then, afterwards, nobody had come near him. Nobody means from his family. The day before, all day long, that is one day before, he had watched, the young seagull had watched his parents flying about with his brothers and sisters, perfecting them. Perfecting means directing them. The parents directed the brothers and sisters in the art of flight, the art of flying, teaching them how to skim the waves, how to jump the waves, and how to dive for fish, how to catch the fish from the waves. Do you understand? See, he had in fact seen his older brother catch his first herring and devour it standing on a rock, while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway down the opposite cliff, laughing at his cowardice. So in fact, really, he had seen, the young seagull had seen his older brother catch his first herring. Herring means a fish, that is a silver color fish, and devour it and eats that. That young older brother eats that herring fish standing on a rock. Here, who was standing on a rock? The young seagull standing on the rock. He watched everything, while his parents circled around raising a proud cackle. Proud, that is sound. And all the morning the whole family had walked about on the big plateau midway in the center of the pot down the opposite cliff, opposite side of that mountain, laughing at his cowardice. All of them laughed at his cowardice. Cowardice means timidity, not brave, because in his mind he was filled with fear. So all of them laughed at his cowardice. See, next passage. The sun was now ascending the sky, blazing warmly on his legs that faced the south. He felt the heat because he had not eaten since the previous nightfall. Then he had found a dried piece of mackerel's tail at the far end of his ledge. Now the sun rises in the sky. It gives out bright and hot, and also it was sitting on the ledge. He felt the heat because he had not eaten anything previous nightfall, throughout the night time. Then afterwards he had found a dried piece of mackerel's tail. Mackerel means that is a kind of fish. Tail at the far end of the ledge. See the continuation of that passage. Now there was not a single scrap of food left. He had searched every inch, rooting among the rough, dirt-caked straw nest where he and his brothers and sister had been hatched. He even gnawed at the dried pieces of eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself. Now let's see the meaning. Gnawed meaning to bite or chew something repeatedly. So this bird, there was not a single scrap of food, means single piece of food left there. So he had searched every inch. There's anything he had found, but he didn't find anything. So he searched there except the straw nest there. Inside the nest there had been, that is, small pieces of, dried pieces of eggshell he found. Left, that is nothing. He didn't eat anything. So forced by hunger, he ate the dried pieces of eggshell. It was like eating a part of himself, because from that eggshell itself, that all the, that is brothers and sisters, this young seagull, all of them, they hatched outside from the eggshells. So forced by hunger, the young seagull ate the dried pieces of eggshell. Do you understand? See next passage. He then trotted back and forth from one end of the ledge to the other, his long grey legs stepping daintily, trying to find some means of reaching his parents without having to fly. But on each side of him, the ledge ended in a sheer fall of precipice with the sea beneath. And between him, his parents, there was a deep, wide crack. He then, here he refers to whom? The young seagull then trotted back. Trot means run. Trotted, here past tense, ran back and forth. Back and forth means backside and front side, from one end of the ledge to the other end. It moved, that is backside and front side. His long grey legs stepping daintily. Daintily means moderately. With the short steps, it moved front and back, trying to find some means of reaching. Means ways of reaching his parents without having to fly. It wanted to reach his parents, but it never tried to fly. But on each side of him, the ledge ended in a sheer fall of precipice. Precipice means a very steep side of a cliff or a mountain. That is a vertical position. So on each side, it found a precipice with the sea beneath. Beneath means under. There was a vast area of sea. And between him and his parents, there was a deep, wide crack. See, next passage. Surely he could reach them without flying if he could only move northwards along the cliff face. But then, on what could he walk? There was no ledge, and he was not a fly, and above him he could see nothing. The precipice was sheer, and the top of it was perhaps farther away than the sea beneath him. Now see the meaning. Definitely without flying, without trying to fly, this bird, young seagull, could not reach his parents. Because there was no ledge. That is, walking northward, there was no ledge. And he never tried to fly also. And above that bird, he could see the precipice that was sheer. That mountain was sheer, that is vertical. And the top of it was perhaps farther away than the sea beneath. Under that bird, it could see that sea water only. So it could not fly further to reach its parents. See next passage. He stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge, and standing on one leg, with the other leg hidden under his wing, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended to be falling asleep. Still they took no notice of him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau, dozing, with their heads sunk into their necks. His father was preening the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. See the meaning of this passage. He stepped slowly. That young seagull stepped slowly out to the brink of the ledge. That is, he came to the edge of the brink means edge of the ledge, and standing on one leg with the other leg hidden under his wing. Hidden, he kept his other leg under his wing. Standing on one leg, he closed one eye, then the other, and pretended. Pretended means acted to be falling asleep. He acted to fall asleep. Still they took no notice of him. That is, in order to draw their attention, that is attention of his parents and also sister, brothers' attention, he did like that. But they took no notice of him. They never watched him. He saw his two brothers and his sister lying on the plateau dozing. Dozing means sleeping. So he found his brothers, two brothers and sister, dozing means sleeping on the plateau, with their heads sunk to their necks. His father was preening means cleaning the feathers on his white back. Only his mother was looking at him. His mother only looked at the young seagull. See next passage. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau, her white breast thrust forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish they lay at her feet, and then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. How he loved to tear food that way, scraping his beak now and again to wet it. He uttered a low cackle. His mother cackled too and looked at him. Here she was standing. She refers to whom? The young seagull's mother. She was standing on a little high hump on the plateau. Hump means the rounded raised mass of the earth. Because the whole family that was standing on the opposite side of the precipice, that mountain. Her white breast thrust forward. Her, here whose white breast? The young seagull's mother. White breast thrust pushed forward. Now and again she tore at a piece of fish that lay at her feet. What was that bird doing? Young seagull's mother. She was keeping a piece of fish under her feet, then scraped each side of her beak on the rock. The sight of the food maddened him. Maddened means that on seeing that food, that young seagull that became mad on seeing that food in order to catch it, in order to eat that food. How he loved so dear to food that way, scraping his beak now and then to wet it. Wet means sharpen it. He also wanted to do like his mother. He uttered a low cackle. Cackle means sound. His mother cackled too and looked at him. It made a low sound. That his mother also made, cackled means that made sound and looked at the young seagull. Do you understand? Dear students, just we have to recall what we have seen till now. The young seagull was afraid of flying. His parents strove their level best to teach the young seagull to fly, but in vain. Vain means useless. The parents, brothers and sisters thought a plan to teach him to fly. They flew away to another rock and left him alone. They did not give him anything to eat. He stood there on one leg and closed his eyes. He was very hungry. He searched for food everywhere. He even chewed the dried pieces of the eggshells. He saw his mother tearing a piece of fish. Till now we have seen. In the next session we will see the remaining part of this lesson. Thank you all.